and rags and all that. And then there's okay, it's Sunday food prep time. So I have an entire giant package of chicken breasts in here. I just kind of trimmed them myself. It was just over $10, which was the cheapest I could find, but I got a lot of chicken breasts, which are very low in saturated fat, which I'm trying to watch. And I just added some Montreal chicken and paprika. And I also got 2 bell peppers, and I did them several different ways because I like this in my super chili, this in fajitas, also this in eggs, and then this I'm going to put in with this chicken, and that's just water in there, but you could do broth or whatever. Then I have aroma tomato. I opened and drained and rinsed some cannellini beans. Same with these brown lentils. Each of these you can have 1/3 of a cup a day, and it's low FODMAP. Also got some yummy kiwis. You're going to want to open that when you're in the store and look at it and make sure there's no mold and they're not too squishy. And then the rest of this is just for other things during the week. And then I've got my very lean, 98% lean Butterball ground turkey, which I'm gonna do, I think, a little chili situation with like the petite diced. And in there is smoked paprika, regular paprika, and I'll do just a bunch of like chili spices, like chili powder and cilantro, which I actually have cilantro here, but I'll use this as a garnish and in fresh salads, so that's what that's for. But yeah, I'm just doing food prep. I'm also gonna do some quinoa, which I like to add in my green salads, so I'm gonna do that, and I'll just show you how everything looks as I get going. Okay, so that is going. Now it's going. I saved a little bit of the ground turkey for little soft tacos for me, for like corn tortillas. So that's 22 minutes for all of that chicken. And then I saved a little bit of the brown lentils to do curried lentils, and I literally just do curry, salt, pepper, and a little water, and that's it. That's all I did. And then I have this white quinoa. Always rinse your quinoa in rice, so that's right there. I rinsed it very well. Read the instructions, follow the instructions. Also for citrus things, you might want to put it in glass if you have it. Just a little tip. I mean, everything could be in glass if you have it, but I don't, so, you know, move on. Anywho, also I'm gonna do a sweet potato. By the way, the cannellini beans are for making fake, like, refried beans. That D is for my husband, David. Refried beans, or putting in tuna, or putting in salads. It's just gonna get extra fiber and protein. So I will show you how the chicken looks when it's done. I forgot to tell you this was done as well. I added corn, petite diced tomatoes, bell peppers, and the lentils into the cooked ground turkey. I love it because I don't have to drain or rinse it or anything. It's got like maybe 2 grams, if that, of saturated fat. Actually, no, this has 0 grams of saturated fat. Amazing. So yeah, that's really awesome. You can't even really tell there's lentils in there. But I did a ton of spices like I always do. I did the ones I told you already. And then let me move this out of the way. So, the cayenne pepper, some chives, some chili powder, garlic, just a tiny bit of garlic, paprika, smoked paprika, salt, and pepper. And I always do iodized because we need iodine. And the liquid is just from the tomatoes and then the veggies that it's cooking out. So I don't know what to call this. I guess it's a chili. I don't know, Tex-Mex chili, something, I don't know. But yeah, super healthy. So that is that, and I'm just boiling the water like it says for the quinoa, so that'll be my grain of choice. I also love jasmine white rice, but I may do potatoes and quinoa this week. I really liked the quinoa on my salads. So anyways, there's some little males. Hello. They already had their din-din, but they want more. I'll give you just a second, okay? Okay, it's done. I'm gonna let it slow release, and I did the quinoa. Almost burned it while I was putting up my clothes because my laundry was done. But if you ever have a pan where it looks like it's burning on the bottom, just don't scrape it off. Just get all the quinoa or rice that's around it and don't scrape that off. It'll ruin the whole thing. This is perfectly fine and not burnt, so it's fine. This is what I'm gonna eat because I'm starving. I put cilantro on top because I love it. If it tastes like soap to you, then don't eat it. But I'm gonna have this with hot sauce and some tortilla chips, and that will be a little snackety. This is the best way, by the way, to store cilantro. Let it dry off, or you could dry it off with, well, first of all, you do have to rinse it. They do not rinse it. So you kind of clean it off and let it drain in a colander, and then you let it dry, or you could, you know, pat it dry with paper towels, and then you put it in cold water, just like a plant. Try to make sure there's not a ton of leaves down in the water, or they get really icky and gross, and it makes the plant go bad faster. And change the water every 2 to 3 days. And what I do is I put a little canopy over it with a sandwich bag over it, and I put it in the door. So it's very perfectly controlled, and it's not too cold, and it just works. It's perfect. It'll last a week at least. So that is how you store cilantro. Also, you guys, I'm gonna cut up one of these avocados. I really like avocados or guacamole more than sour cream. So I'm gonna put that on here with the chips. Yes, actually I may do guacamole on the side with chips. Yes, that's what I'll do. So I'll show you that, and I will show you the chicken once it's finished. Okay, you've got to try this guacamole. So I just did 1.5 avocados and added salt, lime juice. You can get the little squeezy lime, whatever juice, tomatoes, cilantro, chili pepper flakes, cayenne pepper, and a tiny bit of garlic powder, and it is delicious. It's perfect. I'm gonna stir it up really good whenever I have 2 hands, but I'm only gonna have like 1/4 of this because it has GOS in it, which is high FODMAP, but I can have enough for some guacamole and chips. So that's gonna be my snackity. And then, yeah, earlier all I had was like noodles and chicken, so I needed some plants in my life, so that's what this is all about. Okay, I promise this time next will be the chicken in the Instant Pot. Okay, as promised, here's the chicken. Super steamy. It was a lot of chicken breasts, like, I don't even know, maybe 7 or something. My honey bunny is home, and that is the bell pepper in there. So I will stir this up. I'll probably, I don't know that I'm gonna shred it, because sometimes I want it in a salad and I don't want it shredded. So I may just let it cool and then put it in a to-go container, and that way I can use it for whatever I want. But that's it. Everything is prepped and done, and I will show you some meals this week that I use with all of these goodies. Wherever you are, I hope you have a great day or night. They had the babies. Oh my goodness. They're so pretty. Oh. They finally had their little babies. Your daddy's watching.